Today, we're breaking down the LIFE TCG Birds Set, a complete guide covering everything you need to know, from the basics of LIFE TCG all the way to box exclusives, pack composition, and collecting strategy. This video is for two groups of people. First, if you're brand new to LIFE TCG and want to learn about what it's all about before jumping into birds, I've got you covered. We'll start with the basics. Second, if you've already started collecting birds, but still have some questions about the set, box types, exclusives, pull rates, I've got timestamps in the description, so you can skip to whatever section you like. I'm Travis from Taclaco TCG, and let's get into it. Okay, so first, what is LIFE TCG? LIFE TCG started with a Kickstarter launch in 2023 with the tagline, "The trading card game where print runs mirror the real-world population of endangered animals." That's the core concept. The rarity of the cards matches the rarity of animals in real life. The plan is to release 5 core sets in total. Mammals was the first set, birds is the second set, and we have 3 more core sets coming in the future. Now, what makes LIFE TCG unique is the mission behind it. Part of their goal is to raise awareness about endangered animals and actually help save them. To date, they've donated £10,000 to the World Wildlife Fund in the UK, and that's for mammals and birds combined. There's an official partnership with the WWF in the UK, so it isn't just a TCG. It's actually making a real-world impact. And on top of that, every card is educational. You get real animal stats like the weight, speed, lifespan, population, plus a fun fact about each bird. My kids love reading the facts, and every time we see the peregrine falcon, my son yells, "It's the fastest bird!" All right, moving on. The bird set was released on September 26th, 2025, and there was a lot of hype around it. And this is the second set from LIFE TCG, and let me tell you, the community and myself were very excited. As of the time of this recording, boxes are still currently available on the LIFE TCG website. I personally expect stock to sell out within about 2 to 4 months after release, depending on your geographic location. Stock tends to sell out faster in Europe than in the US and other locations. There's a stock tracker in the LIFE TCG Discord if you are interested in monitoring the stock counts. So let's talk about the print run. There are 5,000 of each box type printed, and all of these have the first edition stamp, which is really cool because these will be the only first edition birds boxes ever printed. Now, there may be additional editions in the future, but that's way down the line after they get through all the core 5 sets, and something I'll release information on if and when we know more information. As for the distribution of the boxes, I have the details of that, so here's the breakdown. The US distributor received about 2,000 booster boxes. The EU received 1,750 booster boxes. The UK distributor received 1,000 booster boxes, and Canada received 250 booster boxes. Here's something interesting about the UK boxes. There are 500 booster boxes that contain the WWF logo on them, and these can only be purchased in the UK due to legal reasons. The remaining 500 without the logo are for international fulfillment, and we can assume about half of the starter and mini boxes in the UK also have the WWF logo. I personally am like this close to pulling the trigger on buying one for my sealed collection, as you can see. Okay, now let's get into the product. There are 3 different box types available. You have the booster box, the starter box, and the mini box. First up, the booster box. This contains 36 packs in total. So that's 35 regular packs plus 1 gold pack. Now, the gold pack is special because it contains all holos. All 10 cards that are in the gold pack are guaranteed holos. Next, we have the starter box, which contains 10 packs. And lastly, the mini box, which contains 4 packs. For pricing in the US, the booster box is $120, the starter box is $40, and the mini box is $20. And for case sizes, if you're curious and have enough money to buy a full case, there are 12 booster boxes in a case, 18 starter boxes in a case, and 36 mini boxes per case. So which one should you buy? The best bang for your buck is definitely the booster box. You get the gold pack as part of those 36 packs, and the price per pack is by far the best there. My recommendation would be to buy one of each box to get the full experience. But if you can only choose one, I would save up to buy a full booster box because you're getting the most value. And also, if you are a sealed collector, a shameless plug for my acrylic clear cases to protect your booster box. The link will be in the description below. All right, moving on to set composition. The Birds set has 130 cards total, and there are no secret cards or promo cards numbered above 130 as of today. Now, obviously, that could change in the future, but as of the time of this recording, there are only 130 cards in this set. So let's break down the rarities. You have commons, uncommons, rares, and holos. The holos range from cards number 1 to card number 50. And for this bird set, Life introduced full arts, which is really exciting. I enjoy them. They're really pretty. My kids love pulling them. The full art versions range from cards number 3 to card number 65. And you might be wondering, why are there no full arts for card number 1 and 2? Well, that's because the populations are too low to create the full arts, unfortunately. Full arts are printed at 10% of the population in the wild. So, for example, if there are 1,000 birds in the wild, the full art version will have a population of 100 cards, and the holo will have a population of 1,000. Now, here's something really important to understand about Life TCG. The holo cards will never be printed more than the population of animals in the wild, regardless of the printing edition. As for the birds and the full arts, the first edition full arts are printed at 10% of the bird population and will not exceed that 10% threshold. However, additional editions of the full arts may be printed with the same artwork in the future, but they will have a different set number or symbol similar to first edition versus unlimited within the Pokemon base set. So that's something to keep in mind for the future. Okay, now let's talk about some box exclusive cards. Similar to the mammal set, each box type contains an exclusive card. Well, an exclusive holo version of a card. First up, card number 1, the Streisman's Bristlefriend. This card has an estimated population of 1 bird. That's it. 1 bird has ever been seen. So there's only 1 holo printed. And that holo can only be found in the booster box. Next, card number 2, the Bahama Nuthatch. This has a population of 4. So there are 4 holos printed, and that holo can only be found in the starter box. And lastly, card number 3, the New Caledonian Owlet Nightjar. This has a bird population of 25. So 25 holos are printed, and that holo can only be found in the mini box. It's important to note that the rare versions of these cards can be found in any box. And for card number 3, the Owlet Nightjar, the full art version can be found in any box. It's only the holo versions that are exclusive to the specific box types. All right, let's get into the pack contents and artwork. This is where it really gets interesting. So here's how the packs work. Each booster pack contains either a holo or a rare and a full art. You get one or the other. Let me break down the card order within each pack. For a holo pack, you get 2 commons, 4 uncommons, 1 holo, and then 3 more commons. So that's 10 cards total. For the rare and full art pack, you get 1 common, 4 uncommons, 1 rare, then the full art, and then 3 commons. Again, 10 cards total. Here's the pro tip. You can tell which type of pack you have based on the first 2 cards in the pack. If the first 2 cards are commons, you have a holo pack. If the first card is a common and the second card is an uncommon, you have a rare and a full art pack. So you know right away what you're getting. Moving on to the pack artwork. There are 3 main artworks that you'll find in every single box. The Golden Eagle, the Plate-billed Mountain Toucan, and the New Zealand Kaka. There's no way to identify whether you have a holo or a non-holo pack based on the pack's artwork, like you could with the Mammals, Bears vs. Cats pack. The one exception to this rule is the gold pack. In the booster box, there's a 4th pack artwork, the New Caledonian Owlet Nightjar, and this is the gold pack. And it can only be found in the booster box. All 10 cards in that gold pack are guaranteed holos, and the gold pack is by far the most fun pack to open. Okay, Let's talk about the card design. At the top of each card, you'll see the name of the bird. Then you have the artwork. Below the artwork, you have the statistics of the bird, the weight, speed, lifespan, and population. And below that is a fun fact about each bird. Like I mentioned earlier, I really enjoy reading those with my kids and learning something new. Now here's something new for the bird set. They've added the artist's name right below the fun fact. In mammals, I believe it was drawn by 1 or 2 individuals. This time they recruited more artists to help out. So each card has the artist's name written on it. I think it's a really nice touch and a way for collectors to follow certain artists similar to other TCGs. On the bottom left corner of the card, you have 2 symbols. First, you have a number and then a letter. The number corresponds to the edition. All of these will say first for the first edition because they're all first edition cards. And the second symbol is the letter. R stands for rare, which are the non-holo versions. H is for holos, and F is for the full arts. Lastly, on the bottom right, that's where you have the card number. So you'll have the number out of 130 because there are only 130 cards in the set. Now let's talk about the market and collecting strategy. Before I get into pricing, I want to share my experience with the set. My family and I have opened a few boxes of each size, and we love it. The full arts add another angle of excitement when we're ripping packs, which is really cool. However, I will say the card quality is hit or miss, and it's generally worse than the mammal set. I'm thinking the Gem 10 rate for graded cards will be lower for birds than for mammals. So if you're planning to grade, you really need to inspect your cards carefully before sending them off. Moving on to pricing. Prices are lower across the board compared to the mammals, and this is driven by 2 things. First, the product is widely available on the LIFETCG website right now. Second, the set composition provides more pulls of lower population cards because of the full arts. So basic supply and demand, more supply, even with a greater demand for birds, lower prices. Here's my suggestion. I would say do not pay the same pricing as mammals for the birds cards. The market is different. There's more supply and there's more opportunities to pull the cards you want. So be patient, shop around, and don't overpay. If you're looking to collect, think about your strategy. Are you going for a master set, which would be hard with the 1 of 1? Are you collecting just your favorite birds? Are you chasing the box exclusives? I think you need to figure out what you want to do and then buy accordingly. Don't just rip packs blindly hoping to complete the set. I think you should have a plan. For me personally, my collecting strategy is to collect all birds with a card population of 150 and above. I think it strikes a nice balance of collecting a majority of the master set without breaking the bank on the super rare cards. All right, to wrap things up, the bird set is an exciting, accessible set with full arts that add a whole new level of collectability. Whether you're brand new to LIFETCG or you've been collecting since mammals, there's something for everyone in this set. Now, I do want to mention, I will be making a pull rates video after the full print run is released. That's going to dive deep into the numbers and give you exact probabilities of pulling each card. Also, if you're looking to preserve your booster boxes, I sell clear acrylic cases on my eBay store. They're custom made to fit the LIFETCG booster boxes perfectly. And they're great for sealed collectors who want to display their collection. The link is in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and found it very helpful. Please let me know what you think about the bird set down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And let me know what you've pulled, what you're chasing. I read every single comment and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to growing LIFETCG with all of you.